Recently, shocking global reports suggested Saudi Arabia suddenly paused construction on its most ambitious megacity project called The Line. Billions already spent, landscapes transformed, and thousands displaced, raising huge questions worldwide. Was this futuristic dream actually collapsing after years of hype and promotion? In this video, we uncover hidden problems behind the project and what really happened. And you'll discover what this means for NEOM and Saudi Arabia's massive future plans. We will explain why construction slowed despite enormous investments and international attention surrounding the project. You'll see how unrealistic planning and internal decisions pushed the ambitious megacity towards serious trouble. We'll also reveal the unbelievable scale engineers were trying to achieve in the desert. Then we'll explore what happens to billions already spent building infrastructure around the site. Finally, we'll discuss how this situation could affect NEOM and the upcoming global events. In late 2023 and 2024, Saudi Arabia continued promoting futuristic regions inside the NEOM development plan. But behind closed doors, serious doubts were growing about the line's long-term viability. Reports later revealed executives often relied heavily on impressive 3D visual renderings. Detailed engineering studies, feasibility analysis, and practical planning were reportedly ignored during crucial early decision-making. This gap between imagination and construction reality slowly started creating massive structural problems. Originally, the line was envisioned as a revolutionary linear megacity stretching roughly 170 kilometers. Over time, planners quietly reduced expectations as costs and complexity grew dramatically. Many analysts and observers had already predicted the project faced serious feasibility concerns. Even developers involved privately admitted the design would be extremely difficult to build. Yet construction continued for some time due to political ambition and international attention. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund poured enormous financial resources into early groundwork and preparation. However, costs began escalating far beyond original projections, creating financial pressure behind the scenes. At the same time, international investors became hesitant about funding such an uncertain project. Some analysts even stated global investors were not fully convinced by the ambitious vision. By 2024, internal restructuring inside NEOM signaled leadership preparing for possible strategic changes. Several senior executives suddenly departed the project, raising questions about the future direction of construction. Major international architecture firms also withdrew after reports suggested the project would be scaled down. Companies like Morphosis, Ajaya Associates, and HOK reportedly stepped away from involvement. Around the same time, NEOM planned significant workforce reductions, affecting more than 1,000 employees. Despite all this, massive excavation work had already transformed large areas of desert landscape. Satellite images later confirmed huge trenches and groundwork stretching across long sections of the planned route. Entire support communities, factories, and energy facilities had already been built around construction zones. Engineers even began one of the world's largest piling operations to prepare foundations. Another enormous system was installed to pump groundwater away from construction areas. These preparations showed the project had progressed far beyond simple early-stage planning. Financial estimates suggest roughly $50 billion had already been spent across NEOM's core infrastructure, and that staggering number came before the skyscraper structures themselves were even constructed. As overall project estimates climbed toward trillions, officials faced a difficult strategic choice: continue risking everything on an uncertain megaproject, or slow down and reconsider realistic possibilities. By late 2025, construction activity strongly suggested the original plan was quietly stopping. One reason was the unbelievable physical scale engineers attempted with mirrored skyscraper walls. The design required approximately 170 million square meters of reflective glass panels. For comparison, the famous Mariah Concert Hall uses less than 10,000 square meters. That means the line would require over 17,000 times more mirrored glass. Producing and installing such materials could have taken decades, even with global manufacturing capacity. Now attention turns toward what happens next for the unfinished infrastructure and surrounding developments. Some factories, energy plants, and facilities could still support other projects across Saudi Arabia. Workers may be relocated while certain communities might support construction related to future events. One possibility involves adapting infrastructure for projects connected to the 2034 FIFA World Cup. Ultimately, NEOM may continue evolving, but likely in a far more realistic direction.